What's up, guys? I'm Matt Golson, and this is not the SOIL Cycling Podcast. Instead, this is just one of my own videos. We will be having an episode coming out probably in a week or two about Dirty South Roubaix and how that went for us and what's coming up next. But I want to tell you about something I've got going on, kind of the crew's got going on. So it's two big things, two big announcements for SOIL Southern Illinois cyclists, especially if you're kind of one of those types like us who like to race. Yeah, race. It's a relative term. Anyway, we are launching something called the SOIL Grand Prix. Now, this is just a shameless copy steal of the Lifetime Grand Prix. I mean, it's cool, but we can't get into we don't have enough Instagram followers to get into the Lifetime Grand Prix. So this is our own version, centered in Southern Illinois. We did this last year. It was pretty low key. Gabe did it, and he kind of kept it kind of on the down low. We talked about it on the podcast, but that was about it. So it's sort of like our own little fun way to kind of keep track and make our cycling season kind of combine together into a little bit of a whole. I have a ride coming out. It's not an official race. It's not an official ride. It's very much like the first Dirty South, completely unsanctioned, completely grassroots to the max. So it's called the Assault on Williams Hill. Now there has been, to my knowledge, 2 other Assault on Williams Hill. But if you're not familiar, Williams Hill is the largest hill in Southern Illinois, the second largest hill in the state of Illinois. And it has a really nice paved-ish road going up to the top. And it's about a 700-foot climb, I think. Maybe 800 foot because you go down a little bit and climb, go down a little bit and climb. But it's a nice climb. Now, to get there, we'll be starting in Harrisburg, and we'll be climbing the treacherous Eagle Mountain Road, Fire Road, and then we'll be taking some pretty cool other roads to get back to where we're going to start. So this ride, I've been promoting it a little bit on Facebook this week. I made a nice looking poster for it. And so I'm pretty stoked for it because there hasn't been a Dirty Southeast side. Just a little reminder for those who don't know, I started Dirty South in the Harrisburg area back in 2012, I think, 2011, 2012, one of those. And that ride was just a totally free-for-all show up, not a race. And this one is going to be more of a race. So it's not a race, but I want people to ride it for the second round of the SOIL Grand Prix. Now, what is the SOIL Grand Prix? The SOIL Grand Prix is 6 events chained together. They're either gravel, road, or mountain bike. There's 2 gravel races, 1 road ride, and 3 legit mountain bike races. If you are a mountain biker and you don't do anything else, then that's going to hurt you. If you're a gravel road rider and you don't mountain bike and you want to compete in this, that's going to hurt you. How do you compete in it? Well, congratulations. You might already be signed up if you watch this video. I went through the Dirty South Roubaix results for the 100K. And I basically took everybody's name that I was familiar with that kind of lived in our area in Southern Illinois or Western Kentucky or Missouri around here, and I put them in a spreadsheet. And that's you don't even have to ask to get in the series. It is so exclusive that the only way to get in is through me picking you. But if somebody does want to get into the series, you just need to email me, message me, let me know, and get into the series. You don't have to have done Dirty South. So the rules of the series are simple. You're going for the lowest score possible. We take the results. First place is a 1. And right now I think I have 26 or 27 riders or something listed in this. So last place is 27. And so you're going for the lowest accumulated score across the 6 races, but you can drop 2. You can drop 2. So, I mean, you could do the gravel, the road, and skip all 3 mountain bikes, and you'll just get 1 low score for one of the mountain bikes you skip if you don't even own a mountain bike or don't want to try it. The idea here is, I think the goal is to find out who the most complete rider in the 3 dominant disciplines of cycling. I don't include cyclocross. That's a pretty dominant discipline. We just don't have a cyclocross race, and it's a little niche except for Justin. But so So yeah, so the deal is you will be scored. If you start a race, you're above everybody who, even if you don't finish it. If you start a race and get last place, you're above everybody who didn't start the race. So let's say in my event coming up, the Assault on Williams Hill, let's say 10 riders show up, and so the other 16, 17 people will all get the same score of 26. It'll be, you just all get last place there, because like that's the only way to do it, right? So, but you can drop, like I said, you can drop 2 races from the series. If you did not want to have your name involved in this, and you're like, oh, I don't really want to be on your spreadsheet, just let me know too, and I'll remove your name. I'll be happy to remove your name from the spreadsheet. There's a few people that I think might be interested that didn't do Dirty South that I didn't include, but I may ask them personally if they want to get involved. So you don't have to be from Southern Illinois. You could be from anywhere as long as you're doing these races. And let me tell you real quick about the races. Of course, we've already had the Dirty South, the biggest, the premier race, right? So we've already had the Dirty South. My race is going to be in early April. I believe it's April 5th. My ride, my unofficial, unsanctioned underground ride, April 5th. No sign up, no registration, no none of this is got anything to do with me. It's just show up, go for a ride. The results, we'll use Strava for the results. We'll find out the places. I would love to actually see this develop maybe into a second gravel race in Southern Illinois, because there's some really awesome stuff over here on the east side too. I mean, that was the original Dirty, and so those rides, it's just maybe a little farther for some people, but yeah, love to see you come out and try out this ride. It'll be a lot of fun. The third race in the series is in late May, or early May, and that is the Ride to the Sky. Now, this is not a race, it's a road ride, but last year it was definitely treated by those in our group as a race. I got dropped very early, and it was like, it was definitely a competitive ride for a lot of people. Now, it's competitive in a way that is competitive on open roads, which means you stop at stop signs, you stop at stop lights. Nobody's doing anything stupid and dangerous in this, because it's not like nobody wants to get ran over, right? So it's not an official race, and they definitely want you to understand that. But we will keep track of your position somehow in this race, probably using Strava as well, to come up with a leaderboard for that event. The third event in the series is, I believe, the I'm sorry, I missed one. The third event was actually the Glendale race, and that is an actual legit race on trails at Lake Glendale, Glen Vegas Gambler, so mountain bike race, and you need to do the sport category to get counted. Now, if you do the expert category, that's fine. We only count your first 2 laps. So generally, like in Glen Vegas Gambler, it's the sport is 1 lap is beginner, 2 lap is sport, 3 lap is the expert. So if you want to count, we only do the sport class, because most people don't really want to go mountain bike 3 laps of, I know I don't. So we're doing that. The Klaus Park Crash is June 29th, so late summer, June 29th, if you're interested in mountain biking in Cape Girardeau. Now, that's the only one outside of Southern Illinois, and the reason why it's included is because it's just another nice mountain bike race that's really close to us. It's like shorter to drive there than it might be for some places in Southern Illinois for me. It's Cape Girardeau, Klaus Park it's a very racy course. It's a windy back and forth, up and down, not back country. The trails are going to be immaculately perfect, probably be hot, and yeah, it's a pretty cool race. I really like the whole vibe they usually got going on there. Lots of youth racing and a lot of fun times. I've always sucked at this race. In fact, I've never finished it. I always get stomach ache or something, so I've got a goal this year to finish that race, hopefully no matter what. Okay, and the last one will be the Touch of Nature race. It was Spooky Catalyst in October last year. It may not be Spooky Catalyst this year. I don't know exactly what's up with it. SMBA is going to take that race and maybe make some changes to it. So it'll be probably in September, October of the year. So 6 events. We have the Dirty South was March. We have April, the Dirty South East Side, or Assault on Williams Hill. In late April, very late April, we have the Glen Vegas. In May, we have Ride to the Sky. In June, we have the Klaus Park Crusher and Klaus Park Clash. And then finally, at the end of, and sometime in the fall or late summers, we will have the Touch of Nature, whatever it ends up being, Spooky Catalyst. I like Spooky Catalyst. I mean, I know that's Nate Jones's favorite race. So, it's free. There's no prizes. It's just for something for us to look at and talk about. Right now, Justin Pohl is in the lead. Ian Bolton is second. And J.J. Miller is third. Now, J.J. Miller, one of the fastest, finest bike riders that I barely know. He comes out of hibernation from Zwift once a year and does the Dirty South. I'd love to see him try to do more racing because this guy is crazy fast. It'd be great to see him compete in some mountain biking. I don't think he mountain bikes. So I know there's a lot of guys on this list that are far more into the mountain biking than they cross over and do gravel. So it's just a fun time for all. And I did really well last year despite the fact that I sucked in every race I did. It's just I did them all. So there's a way to actually do good at this and not be a fast racer like me. You just be consistent. You go do the races. Even if you start and don't finish, you do better than somebody who didn't start at all. Looking forward to tackling Hank this year in this event. I think I can take him. I know he's training hard, but I have youth and cunning on my side. I'm not very moral, so I will cheat as many times as I possibly can. Dirty South East is going to be a ton of fun. Assault on Williams Hill. Hope to see you there. Look forward to talking to you on the next podcast. See you later.